Hello, my name is Ashubetran. So I want to walk you through my final community analysis project. So throughout the projects I've been working with basically two database. Number one is the Adventure Works 2022, where I've been analyzing, building and analyzing the student. I've been analyzing and bringing data from the student cities, students and cities, and also I also had to work on another database we call the Simpson transactional database, where I use the critical transaction to do some very good analysis. So I'm going to walk you through this project, through this presentation, where you're going to see what I did, why I did, and how it works. So that is I'm going to explain. I'm going to show you through this. Let me take you through my presentation. So yes, my presentation, as you can see, my community analysis final project presentation. So I'm going to begin with community one, where I use the student cities. What was saying is that I use the distribution, the geographical distribution of people across the city, the state, and the country, and also why this was strategic, because it can help university recruitment directors who needs to identify target cities for student recruitment. It can also help for international student service coordinators to manage, they can help to manage support for global students, and it can also help campus expansion, so that planners, so that they can know where they are going to build new, they want to build new facilities. A person wants to build new facilities for students, he can easily know where to locate, to go from the data. Also, we have regional administrators, which can also help to know how to allocate resources. So these are the basically one, two, three, four, five database uh, uh, um, data that I extracted from it: person to person address, person business entity, and the rest. So I'm going to get to the first question. The first question: which city is in which cities in which states have the highest concentration of people? Very important. And what are the complete addresses? So we need to know the city where states have the highest concentration of people, and what are the complete addresses. So now you notice that here I had to break into two parts. The first part is to count the person by state and city, and the second part is to get a sample from the top city addresses. So now, if you come here, you're going to notice that I had to take the top 20, first 20 city. We had to use the inner join. I had to use the inner join to join three tables. We have the join, the address person, the person address, person business entity address, and the person state address. So you use the inner join, then you group them by city. You group them by city and state. You see, you group them by city and state, and then you count them distinct, and they should be in a order of what? Decreasing order. So from the city, you count them by that, and they should be in a decreasing order. So the second also is the second table. This is it when you execute it. Okay, beautiful. So let me bring this up so you can see. So this detailed information can help recruiters, right? It can to help recruiters to understand not just the city. It helps them. This first information help them to know the city. If you're a recruiter, I want to recruit. If you go to, that most of the people that are from, they are from, the cities. They are from London. You want to get them. They are from London, Great Britain. You know the number of people who are there. Now, the second part helps you give the details of the city. It gives the detail of the cities. Exactly. It gives the city name. It gives the address number, which means the exact address. You can see here. So we have the first 100. We have the exact address, and it gives the postal code, which is very, very important. Postal code. Let's get to the second. Okay, which city has the highest population in each US state, and what is the total population of the city? So the next is City with the highest population. So for the city with the highest population, this question is asked by me. So the city with the highest population, I had to create, because it's a bit complex. We had to create a common table expression. So we had to create three different common table expression. The first one is for the city population. Second is for the state population, and the third is for the top city per state. So now we use the joint, right? We use the inner join to join all of them. We use the join to join all of them, join all of them, both the state's name, the top city name, and what the city name. So then that is what we do and what percentage each of them occupy. So if you come here, let me bring this up. Okay. Now when you execute this, you notice that you can see that it can give decision maker a view of which city dominates. From here, we notice that Concord in California, in California is a state with the greatest population, but the city that dominates here basically is Washington, is Warren. Warren, this is the top city. Warren is the top city that dominates with 215, you see, students. Bahrain is the top city that dominates with 215 students. Let's go to the next. The next question is asking if the next question is asking which city and country have the highest concentration of people. I think this is what we are just from answering. Is that it? Yep. Okay. The next question is asking, are there a difference in population distribution between the domestic and the foreign population? I think. Are they distinguished? Seems as we have jumped this question. Which cities have the highest? Okay, which city have the highest concentration between highest concentration? Okay, our brother Daniel's question, the P question. Which city has the highest concentration of potential students? Is this brother Daniel? Yes. So what we simply did with brother Daniel is that we created a two-part analysis. The first I had to categorize location as domestic. Had to put location as domestic for you for had to categorize it and put the distinguish. Had to use um yeah, we had to use name as state, name as country. Then we had to simply join all of the five tables, because since they we had to join all of them. We had to join address to business entity. We had to join address to business entity. We had to join everything. We had to join person address to state province. We had to join person address to state region, state region. So we had to join everything and then group them by city, by state province, and by country. So when you execute this, good. This is it, because the question was the cities with the highest concentration. You notice that the people were from what? London. London had the highest population, which is 430, 34. So this is also the top 10 city worldwide with what their complete what geographical context. So the recruiter can decide where to focus their international campaign. You see, some of them we just said, oh no, I'm going to do the program here in London. London would be a good place for me to do my program. Okay, great. Tell them. So this another brother's question. Chizoba asks a question that, are there notable differences between domestic and international population distribution? So very important question. So this question, how to analyze this question. Okay, here we go. We had to do it in two parts. Number one, we had to categorize country regional code into what US, and then domestic US, and everything else should be international. So this shows that we have clearly what split them into two. We have clearly split the US from the international. Yeah. So then we came and we joined them. Then we had the step two. We had to put for the top 10 countries. So when you execute it, you notice that we have the US. This is the population. This is the number of cities and the percentage. Here, the first one, we had the international students, is the total population of the international student, the number of cities. So this help planners, right? People, resources planners, to know whether to focus on domestic or what international strategies. So it helps them to know which country deserve more attention. For example, we notice that US deserve more attention. If you notice that, because US is like uh two around 2.5 times Australians. US has more students than Australia. It's already 44.10%. You can imagine. So that is for brother Chizoba's question. So now if we continue, I want to work on this. I want to work on the credit card. So which member have the greatest spending? So on the credit card, which member has the greatest spending, and what is the history? So with this, I'm going to bring the database for that. Okay. Which member has the greatest card spending, and what is the history? So for this, we are going to use, I'm going to join both the Planet Express. We're going to join all of them, the Planet, the Visa customer, and the Planet membership. We are going to join them. Then we'll calculate the transaction counts, the total spending, the total debits, and the net balance. So for the top 20 people. So if we execute this, we are going to see, let's give it some minute for it to run the code. hmm Let's give it some minute. So if you notice that this is the the top 20, it ranks the top 20. Now this credit card manager identify high risk account that may need intervention. So these are the accounts that that may need intervention. The one for brother March Simpson. So that's a card member, same year. So these two cards, they need to pay close attention to them. The next, for each category, what percentage of transactions are cleared? For each category, what percentage of transactions are cleared? We need to come. We are looking at consumer. Good. Upon the highest. Good. Let's look at the next question. For each category, I want to load the script. Consumer highest, city population. Yes. Okay. For each category, what percentage of? So the same, we're going to use both two common tables today. We are going to use the tables there. So we are going to work on, the first one is the category spending, and the second is the payment status. So the category spending is going to break down all transaction by category. It's going to count them, it's going to sum pay amount, it's going to give the average, and then it's going to take it from this database. You can see the database here, Planet Express. Now here, the payment status here is going to break down the payment by what? Status by category. Payment status, then you just need to join them, and you cleared amount, you calculate the cleared amount, the pending amount, you join the calculate the cleared amount, the pending amount, and the clearance percentage. So when you execute this, look at the data we have here. Very interesting. So here we have, it shows the results of each category. These are the categories. You can see category restaurant. We have communication, cable, and internet. You can see the number of transactions we have. Let's take, for example, this. We have communication. We have 48 transaction. You can see the total spending on this. We can see the average spending. We can see the cleared amount. See on that, you can see that the pending zero and the percentage is 100%. So this helps marketers to focus on what? High value categories with payment, with good payment behavior. So you can come here, you notice that most of them is 100%. Other utilities, two transactions, same. Marketers can easily focus on that. Let's move to the next for each. Okay, now let's look at this. Which member have the highest spending? Now let's look at the member with the highest spending. Okay, we already did that. I think so. We just did that. Good. I think we are okay. Now, which card shows consistency in monthly spending? Let's look at this one. Let me see if we still have time. Yeah. Which card shows the highest consistency in spending? Which card with the highest consistency in spending? So this is the card with the highest consistency in spending. The card with the highest consistency in spending. So you just basically you analyze the monthly spending trend. You want to know the card with the highest consistency in spending, you need to look at the monthly spending per member. If you come here, you will see the card. So this is for the top 100. We just took the top 100. Top 100. This is a card with the highest consistency. And also here, you're going to see you see the card. Let me bring this down so you can. Here's a category for the breakdown for consistency spender. Those we constantly spend. So we can notice here that the restaurant was the one with the highest count, transaction count. Restaurant was the one with the highest transaction count. So this restaurant restaurant had a, let's go down and to work on this data. Particularly, I want us to look at something. Now, merchandise and supply internet punch, we are 238, and while the we are 238 for the merchandise and the consistency plan, while good. So the greatest transaction count was done for merchandise. If you can see from this data, yes, it's from merchandise and supply internet. So the greatest transaction plan was done for this, followed by the restaurant. You notice, followed by the restaurant and restaurant. So that is where the consumer. So by this, it helps you to know where exactly you can focus where you can focus on how you can analyze how people where they spend most of their time, where the customers spend most of the time. Notice that most customers spend their times on what? In the restaurant. And yeah, and also most of them spend their time, they spend their time in buying merchandise and internet. You see, your internet subscription or internet supplies. So that is that for this particular project. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if you have any comments, any correction, I'm ready to receive. Thank you.